please suggest your top financial literacy book. There's a great book called Financial Shenanigans by Howard Shillett, who founded Sifra, an accounting firm. And I used to hire him to help me with short ideas when I ran my companies, hedge funds. So you might want to check out that, Financial Shenanigans. Aside from that, it's hard. It's hard. It really is tough. I'll show you a couple I have here. The reason that Warren Buffett went to Columbia University, which is where I went, it's the only two things we have in common, is because Benjamin Graham was a professor there. Okay, and so Benjamin Graham wrote this book called The Intelligent Investor. And if you want to understand value investing and how to fall asleep quickly, I am serious. Read this book. It is good, though. It is good. If you're going to read it, just get up an hour early every morning and just first hour of the day read this until you finish it. Rinse, lather, repeat. But this is basically the manuscript when it comes to value investing. And when Warren Buffett, he actually taught one of my classes. He came and guest lectured, whatever, in 1999. He was amazing. Amazing. But he was there with his wife, and God bless her, she passed away. But she was teasing him because he actually brought this book with him on their honeymoon. And that's actually probably a pretty good test for what are you passionate about in life. If you go on your honeymoon, what is the one book you buy to read? But this is his. He's passionate. He loves what he does, right? He's passionate about investing. So anyway, this one might be worthwhile checking out. But another one, and this is not a finance book, but this is required reading. It's by Dale Carnegie. And if Dale Carnegie did not exist, then we wouldn't have people like Tony Robbins, who's awesome, be as successful as they are. This guy's the grandfather of self-help. And so he wrote this book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's an oldie but a goodie. It was written in the 1930s, but human relationships have not changed since then. Yeah, and one of the things he talks about is you have to understand in business that quite often people are creatures of emotion and not creatures of logic. Read this book if you can, please. You can go to audible.com and listen to it as well if you want to. That's what I recommend. So those are the books I recommend. I don't have any other finance ones I'd recommend. I guess I'll talk about one more. So whenever I go into the office of somebody very successful and more successful than me, which is all the time, what I do is I look on their bookshelf and I see what books they have. And then once I leave their office on the elevator ride down, I order it immediately on Amazon. It never be cheap when it comes to education. And it's getting harder now because a lot of people, they buy digital books. But I was in Ken Griffin's office. So Ken Griffin is an amazing guy. He's a multi-billionaire and the founder of Citadel. And I used to work at Citadel. And so I spent a bunch of time with him in his office one-on-one. And when I was there, and we talked about video games and technology, he's a good dude. But when I was in that meeting with him, I looked on his bookshelf. And I looked when he wasn't looking, right? Because I wanted to see it. And he had this book by Damodaran on finance. And so Damodaran is a wonderful professor at NYU. And so I bought that book as well, which was somewhat helpful. But I think the best way to learn about finance is to take online courses from people that have worked on Wall Street or in the hedge fund industry or venture capital, whatever. And so I'm humbled to say I have a lot of courses I think will help you a lot better than reading textbooks.